You mentioned electromagnetic frequencies. What do you think of the whole 5G thing? You know, it's been talked about. Actually, most of the doctors seem to think it's at certain gigahertz levels, it's potentially dangerous to cells and mitochondria. Most of them don't say it causes a virus because that seems pretty crazy. What is your feeling?
Well, again, I'm not an expert on, but I'm curious and I'm trying to find out things from various sources, and then you're trying to you can't just get it from one source and that's it, right? You got to get it from various sources and gather it. And what do you think? I was very happy last night. I saw that there's a case now with the top civil rights QC. I can't remember his name, but he took on a lot of cases. He took on this, like the Grenfell Tower, is it, in London, the fire case and everything.
Yeah.
So now he's taking on a case with the UK government where I'm not sure of the details, but basically it's a case against 5G being rolled out until it's proven to be safe. Now, let's just take that reasonable conservative position, first of all, right? If you're going to introduce this technology that a lot of scientists are saying could potentially be dangerous to human beings, then it's the same thing with vaccines. Shouldn't we test it first and see if it is or if it's not? And I have seen information from experts, even from a military text weapon expert, who says that at 60 gigahertz, I think it is, a certain frequency, 60 gigahertz, this can be a weapon that could be used, could be directed at you, and simply you'll not absorb oxygen. You won't be able to absorb oxygen. So if you can't absorb oxygen, then what's that going to look like? It's going to be looking like some kind of respiratory disease. So is that possible? I don't know, man. That's where I got to. Certain frequencies, maybe it could be safe. Maybe it could be a great advancement in technology. I don't know. But isn't it reasonable to ask that it's proven to be safe before you roll it out all around the whole country? And why are you rolling it out when people are locked at home? It's pretty disturbing. I read something, I remember when I was a kid in England. I was a bird freak when I was a kid. I just sometimes I go into a subject and I'll just get all the information or know everything. So I knew everything about birds when I was a kid. So we had a bird called a blue tit, and he used to come on top of a bottle of milk and peck through. Used to get the delivery to the door back then from the milkman. So he used to peck through the silver foil and drink the cream from the top. So I think it was I'm sure I don't know if it's probably even been on your show, man, Rupert Sheldrake.
Yeah, a couple times.
He's been on the show, right? So let's say the first place this was noted, I don't know if it was, but I'm just using an example, Birmingham, because that's where I came from. So we noticed blue tits in Birmingham pecking through and getting the cream from the milk. Wow, they've worked that out, man. But like next week, the blue tits in Manchester were doing it. But the blue tits from Birmingham only got a radius of a few miles, so they couldn't go and tell the guys in Manchester, hey, this is a good idea, do this, right? So there's a morphic field. That's, Rupert Sheldrake's theory. There's a field of information. So every species have it. We have it. That's why we can be sometimes psychic. And so the birds had a field of information where they can communicate. And I saw something a few days ago. It was a huge 5G cell tower. I don't know where it was, but there were literally swarms of birds attacking the cell tower, pulling out wires, doing whatever they could. They were attacking this thing. And of course, there's been cases of birds dying around the 5G towers. So maybe the birds know more than us, man.
Wouldn't be the first time.
And
it's something in nature knows more.
People send me videos. People send me pictures of these, I guess they're LED 5G antennae. They look like street lights. And when they're next to a tree, one side of the tree is totally dead. All the leaves are dead. All the bark has come off the tree. The other side is healthy. It's still green and it's got leaves and everything. So the side of the tree, which is next to The transmitter is totally dead. So if birds are dying, trees are dying, plants are dying, I mean, do you want that outside your window, your bedroom window at night? I wouldn't want it. So, you know, we can have all these theories, but let's just come back to this, man. We should be assured that this technology is safe before it rolls out. I'm sure all this technology is not 100% safe, but we accept that, you know, we all know that holding a phone by your ear is probably not good. In fact, when you buy a phone, if you look on a small print, it'll tell you not to do that. It will tell you to keep the phone at least 6 inches away from your head, because the manufacturers don't want to get sued later on. They, oh, we told you not to put it by your head. But I got one. I got one on my laptop that cuts down the frequency. I got something here. So I'm sure there'll be technologies that will come out that could protect us from any harmful effects from the 5G as well. But my position is that I'm really happy if somebody's taking the case to the government and asking for it to be proven to be safe before it's rolled out. So yeah, I think it has potential to make people sick and probably damage your immune system. So, but I'm not an expert. That's just my 5 pence worth on 5G. That's where I'm at. That's what I've learned in looking into it since this whole thing started. I mean, no, 5G is not beaming down virus onto people. No, that's ridiculous. But I don't think anyone's saying that.
Yeah. No, I appreciate your thoughts. And again, it was the only thing that was regulated by Ofcom when we put the David Icke episode. They said you can't talk about 5G and coronavirus. And so that was...
Why can't you talk about it, man? Why can't you talk about something? What is...
Yeah.
What are you trying to hide here? Why can't we talk about it? Why can't we talk about you? If you can't talk about something or somebody, then something is there that you need to look into further. There's alarm bells going off as soon as, for me, if they take something down, there's some valid information in there. Otherwise, why are they taking it down? They're not taking it down for public safety. Nobody's saying anything dangerous. Nobody's saying go out and riot or burn down the towers or anything like that. I understand why people might want to do that, but that's not the right way to. That's not going to help us, man. If you go out in the streets and protest, they're just going to give more draconian rules to contain that, or they're going to beat you down and arrest you, and you're not going to get anywhere. So, and you can't fight fire with fire. I know it's tempting, but it doesn't work. So we've got to fight this like with information. Got to fight this legally. And we've got to get rid of this fear, man, and this social distancing bullshit and the masks and all that stuff. Anyone sees me on the street, man, come and give me a hug. I'm all for social closeness. Fuck this social distance bullshit, yeah? I'm already doing it, and anyone sees me, I'll give you a hug, man. I don't care. I don't care if you got the flu or what the fuck you've got. I'm not going to get it anyway. I'm too healthy. That's the way I think, and that's my reality.